Hey, good morning everyone. It's Mark Harris here from the Adventure Enablers. Happy Martin Luther King Day. I have my beautiful assistant Sydney Harris holding the camera today because they're all off school, which is awesome. Surviving the cold here in Virginia. It's been super chilly this week. So, what's going on this week? Big drum roll. Our racer guide has come out for the Shenandoah Tough. That is now out and posted on ShenandoahTough.com. We'll send a link out with these kind of show notes at the end too, so you can see it. It tells you everything that you need to know about coming out and doing the Shenandoah Tough, our 3.5-day expedition race, which goes on September 13th through the 16th in the Shenandoah Valley area. Some amazing mountain biking, trekking, paddling, and of course navigation all mixed in for a great experience. And that kicks off from Shrinemont, which is out west of where we are right now, a fairly remote location. It's actually out near Bryce Ski Resort. So check out the guide and sign on up. I think our next registration price change for that is coming up on March 31st. So this past weekend we did have a race directors meeting. We held a race director, specifically adventure racing race director summit at our office here in Front Royal, and that was great. We had some awesome race directors come both in person and join us online, and we spent the day really talking about best practices for putting on races, making sure it's a great experience for participants, where the sport's going, where it's been, and all those types of good things. So it was there was about 13, 14 of us, really representing a lot of different race companies all up and down East Coast out towards the west. So thank you for everyone who came out and joined us doing that. I think we all got a lot out of it. This week also we had a video come out from the Fro Ro Tourism board. So go and check that out. It just tells a little bit about our company. Go and click on it, get some likes, get some views on that video, and get us some love in this town. So go over and check that out. We'll put the link at the end for that too. The other thing that came up, and this was a week ago, we actually won. I don't know if you guys remember, we were doing a poll back in November for a whole different category of stuff that was related to the Blue Ridge Outdoors, and I think we were nominated for a couple of different categories. It was personality, toughest race, paddle event, and some other stuff. So our Shenandoah Epic, which is coming up in this April 14th and 15th, that got voted the toughest race to do in the basically in the Shenandoah Valley area. So thank you all for voting for that. Don't let that scare you off. There's if you come out and do that race, there's lots of different options to make it actually finishable. But if you really want to clear that course and get a full experience out of it, it is a seriously tough race, and it will be again this year. So thank you for that. I don't think I came in bottom of the personalities. That was my big concern. I didn't come in top 3, but I don't know if I did come in bottom, but hopefully I didn't. So check that in Blue Ridge Outdoors. That's out in this month, and they have a whole listing, a whole different categories of all different kinds of organizations, events, and those types of things that everyone voted on. It's a pretty good article. Our Strava leaderboard, wow, that really took off this week. We posted out telling people to come out and join our club, and so I think we went from about 50 members up to just under or just over 90. So the competition on that leaderboard really ramped up this week. I think we had about 60 people go out and log hours. And I think Helen Westerberg, she hit top again. I think I was kind of stalked her a little bit, and she went out and did some I think she was doing a big adventure race this past weekend, so that's why she got a lot of hours. A lot of people going out and doing some 50Ks and other races, and that's why they're really hitting the top of the leaderboard on time. I also just posted in there that because the only time that you can get recognition for time on the leaderboard is if you're swimming, biking, or running, because we're adventure based. You can also, if you want to, tag your time for swimming if you're paddling or any kind of water activity, and that'll get your hours out there. But this week we're going to actually draw 2 names. Here's everyone I got in my handy little bowl here that went out and did something this week, all the way from Helen, who did 17 hours 21 minutes, all the way down to the people at the bottom who worked out for about 30 minutes. So I've got Sydney, if you want to draw out the first name for me. So our first winner on the leaderboard, and these guys are just going to get some swag from us, is Mary Foster. So Mary, you've got some stuff coming your way. We'll probably send you a buff or a t-shirt or something. We basically find whatever's kicking around in our warehouse and send that over to us. So Mary, she kicked off with, she did 57 minutes this week of exercise or activities, so good job to you. And our other winner is Matt Wilson. So both these guys come out and do all our races, so good job. Matt, he was 17th on the leaderboard, and he did just over 7 hours worth of stuff this week. So good job, guys. We'll get that stuff off to you. Tell your friends, share the leaderboard, get it out there, and we'll keep pulling prizes each week as we get people doing those activities. Love seeing everyone out there doing the stuff. Just to round it out, on our event side of stuff, our Conway races, which are coming up in March, we have both a trail run, mountain bike, and a tenderfoot adventure race there. Prices go up there on the 20th, so make sure you go over and do it. Our prices are ridiculously cheap this spring for both our adventure racing, trail running, and mountain biking. So still, you can get it crazy cheap if you still go over there and sign up right now. With some things that we're working on, our Shenandoah race, which we do in May, we just had some permits tentatively get approved to add a full marathon to that. So that will be part of that course. We'll head out into George Washington National Forest. Really kind of short distance ultra, 26.2 miles. Pretty tough terrain, so we may add that. We don't know how much interest we'd have, but we, even if we get a few people come out and run that, I think that will be a good experience for everyone. We also have just tentatively got approved another mountain bike race at Cambo, which is just north of Culpeper in Virginia. Fred Events used to do a race there called Battle at Burke Farm, so we're going to try and bring that back. We have limited space for parking and stuff, so our man Greg is working on getting that event up and running. Also, we'll be opening up some stuff this week for Doubt That State Park. We're starting now, we've got all our spring and summer stuff kind of rolling. We're starting to look at the fall, finalizing permits, getting those events done. So at Doubt That, we're looking at getting both the trail run, mountain bike, and a tenderfoot and strong adventure race there, and that'll be late October. And we also just heard back that we will be back in Great America in California in December. No dates set yet. We actually have to wait. The park there actually shares a lot of the resources with the 49ers Stadium, and their schedule comes out in April. So depending on what their schedule looks like for using the stadium, we'll work around that to get our event there. So that's pretty much it for the week. Thank you all for joining. If you've all got the day off, hope you're enjoying it. Get out, do something, get enabled, get yourself up on that leaderboard. And we'll check in with you all next week. Thanks a lot.